The customer acquisition process. This question is from Jimmy, Orlando, Florida. Jimmy asks, Krista, how do I get people to ascend from not knowing who I am to actually wanting to work with me? That's such a great question. What I want you to understand, Jimmy, is this, and that is that we have to be thinking about at every phase of the customer client acquisition process, I call it, so the customer client acquisition process, where they are at mentally. Are they cold leads? Are they warm leads, or are they hot leads? And we have to understand that at every single phase of the customer acquisition process, people are at different phases all the time, right? So for example, I want to ask you something, and you can answer this if you're listening. If somebody doesn't know who you are, right, and they've never heard of you before, and they don't know that they even have a problem, do you think that you're going to want to give the exact same messaging if you compare that to somebody who is a hot lead, who knows who you are, who knows they have a problem, and actually knows that you're probably the best person to work with them? Do you think the messaging should be the same? Do you think the amount of time that it's going to take to actually convert this person is going to be the same? Pretty much the answer is no. Pretty much nothing is the same. We have to remember that in order to take leads from not knowing who we are to wanting to work with us, from cold to warm to hot, that we're going to have to change our messaging and change the amount of time we're spending nurturing, and also change the call to action that we're having them do. Let me give you an example of what I mean by this. A cold lead is somebody who has no idea who you are as an entrepreneur, as a professional, as a business person. They have no idea about you. They also don't even know that they have a problem. They don't know that they have a problem and that there's a solution to their problem. That's a cold lead. Your job is to get a cold lead to understand that they actually have a problem and there's a solution to a problem that they have. The more that we as marketers can help people understand that there is a solution to a problem they didn't even know that they had, that is when you're going to be able to position yourself as the authority figure. The idea is to get that client to go from not knowing they ever had a problem, not knowing there was a solution, to understanding now they're a warm lead. They know that they have a problem. They know there's a solution, and now they start to really kind of learn more about what the solutions are, how to fix that problem, how to solve that problem. That then becomes a warm lead. But our goal is to take that warm lead and make sure that we turn them into a hot lead. A hot lead being that they know they have a problem, they know there's a solution to the problem, they know about us and who we are, and more importantly, they know that we are the very best solution to the problem that they had. The more that you can transition customers from one phase of heat, let's just say, to the next, the more likely we're going to be able to convert, and the more likely that they're going to want to work with us. So understand this, is that most marketers, they just use one blanket message. They send the same marketing message to everyone. They say the same thing to the cold leads that they do to the warm leads, that they do to the hot leads. Our messaging has to be the same. Our hook has to be different. Our messaging has to be different. Our hook has to be different. Our call to action has to be different, and the amount of time that we're spending on each of these customers, depending on what phase they're in, the amount of time is going to be different. So for me to get somebody that's never even knew who I was, that didn't even know that they have a problem, it's going to take longer for me to warm them up than it would be for somebody that knew about me, that knew they had a problem, that knew I was the best solution to get them to take action. I'm going to need to spend more time letting them understand they have a problem. I'm going to need to spend more time letting them know about all the different various solutions to the problem, and that I even exist, right? And then the last phase is just to get them to do a call to action. The last phase, when they're hot leads, are people that have already downloaded your items, they've read your books, they listened to your podcast, they have they've joined your funnel, they've downloaded your lead form. They know who you are. They're hot customers. The only thing you have to get them to do now is to get them to take action. So Jimmy, we can convert more leads if we think about what our messaging is, who our clients are. We're very, very cognizant about the messaging that we're giving them, right? And that we change our messaging, our call to action, and our hook in every single phase of the customer client acquisition process. So I hope this helped you understand most people are doing the exact same thing. They're sending the exact same blanket message to everybody. Now, there is a time when we want it that we can actually give information to everyone, to the masses, right? That would be when we're trying to get people to understand who our brand is. We're continuing to warm up our audience. We're nurturing our audience, right? that's great to do that. But the more that we can really identify who our customer is, what phase of the customer client acquisition process they're in, and make sure that we take our messaging and we align it directly to that perfect individual, the more likely we're going to convert, we're gonna save time, we're gonna make more money. So Jimmy from Florida, I hope that was helpful. And if you've got questions for me, just go ahead and comment below on Questions with Krista, ask, and we will make sure that we answer your questions in the future. Hey there, I have a brand new podcast called Fired Up with Krista Mashore, where I bring my high energy right to your ears. This podcast is available on all your favorite podcast platforms. So do me a favor, go subscribe and leave a review. All this information is free and I cannot wait to teach you everything I know. Thanks so much for watching my video. You can learn more about how to be a successful real estate professional by watching other videos that I have. And be sure to subscribe to my channel. And as always, make it a great home selling and buying day.